o pessoal aí dos comentários. Bom, vai ter aí o Dragon's Lair agora. Então, Sancini.
Então, uma das coisas mais curiosas desse jogo é que praticamente todos os objetos dele têm colisão.
No, it does not.
It has dragons, at least.
And a little more on that later. Yeah, I figured I'd have Mr. Game Boy back here on commentary as well.
Oh, thanks.
But yeah.
If you're really into dragons, you're gonna be pretty disappointed by this game.
Yeah, so if you're into the game Dragon's Lair, you are also in for a very, very rude awakening. But I'm gonna be ready to go, so I'm gonna click. I'm gonna hit start and then count down from there because there's like a transition screen that's completely necessary. So I'm gonna hit start. 3, 2, 1, go. Woo. Okay, so a lot of things just happened there. So I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge that I jumped up a waterfall and then.
Bom, o que você pode falar aí do jogo?
Esse jogo, tudo tem colisão, então por isso que ele começou logo subindo a cachoeira. Porque...
What's really interesting about this game is that you'll notice in the backgrounds.
O objetivo do jogo é você coletar 190 dessas moedinhas que são livestones.
Whole physics of that is basically the point of this game. So none of these are enemies, none of these can hurt you. There are no attacks, there are no weapons, there is no gameplay. There's just jumping.
There's just Dirk and
não tem gameplay.
On this journey. Yeah.
Never played this.
So what John was saying basically is that every single thing on the screen has collision.
Aí no caso ele tá deixando algumas dessas moedas aí, ele tá deixando, vamos abrir aspas aí pra trás, porque ele vai ter que voltar pra pegar elas, porque tipo, você viu que no começo ele voltou pra trás. Então ele vai ter que voltar, então pra não arriscar morrer de maneira boba, ele deixa algumas moedas pra quando voltar ele pegar elas de maneira mais safe.
There's just emptiness.
This is nihilism, the video game.
Oh my gosh.
Post-apocalyptic.
So the actual objective of the game is to collect 194 of these different flashing.
Correct. So you have to
aí agora ele tava explicando que o jogo ele não tem nada de ele não tem nada de Dragon's Lair. Ele não tem dragão, não tem espada, não tem a Daphne. Só tem o Dirk.
The game started us a quarter of the way through the game for
e ainda assim
So if you guys like that first 2 minutes, you're gonna love like the next 2 minutes. This is so good.
Yeah.
So this is probably like if we're gonna have donations.
Olha, errou.
Okay.
Aí por isso que agora ele explicou por que ele começou andando pra trás, porque o jogo na verdade ele começa meio que um quarto do jogo na frente.
Tá bom.
Aí ele tem que voltar pro, vamos abrir aspas, começo do jogo pra pegar as moedas.
As you can probably, if you might have figured out, this is not a Dragon's Lair game. There, I made that jump, which is really good because.
Bom, ele tá falando aí que o jogo literalmente não é Dragon's Lair.
So this is actually a reskin of another game that Elite Systems made called Roller Coaster. It was made for the ZX Spectrum in '85. This game was made in.
Tá. É um jogo que a mesma empresa fez, né? Como você tinha falado, né?
Eu falei.
É um jogo chamado Roller Coaster e.
It's a game where you wander around an amusement park, and suddenly these moving platforms suddenly make a lot more sense because it's a Ferris wheel. So there you go.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
It's so dumb. Like, why choose Dragon Lair out of all possible IPs? You know.
I have a theory that there was some sort of.
Por exemplo, isso aí é uma.
Because I don't want to die again. So.
Por exemplo, isso aí é uma roda gigante. Aquelas abelhinhas voando ali. Assim, e ele tá jogando a versão europeia porque, por exemplo, na versão americana do jogo, se você cair de uma altura muito grande, você acaba morrendo. Coisa que na versão europeia não tem.
Because the US version is mean and I don't like it. So there's a few differences. Also, another minecart stage. There's a lot of them. Also, if I keep walking on this minecart, Dirk will fall through. So I can't do that. This is the first intentional death of the
run. Ele tá falando que, tipo, se ele ficar andando nesse minecart...
So, differences between the US and EU version of the game. The big one is the US version has fall
Por exemplo, essa
damage,
morte aí foi totalmente intencional.
You'll just instantly die. You have
Ele tá falando que, tipo, na versão americana, só de você cair alguns pixels, você morre.
Not more health, but more lives. So every 42 collected life stones, you get an extra life with a cap at 10. So if you had 10 lives and you got 10 more lives, if you have 10 lives, which is the max, then you won't get any more. Also, this game has no continues, so if I die 10 times, the game's over.
Ele explicou, é que a cada 42 life stones você ganha uma vida, coisa que na versão americana não tem na versão americana.
Lets Dirk jump continuously if you hold down the jump button, and the European version doesn't, and that's actually a good thing because this game has a lot of precision platforming, and but the controls aren't like precise, as you might have been able to tell, and so being able to jump when I want to is really good.
Que isso, ele entrou na parede ali, basicamente.
Ali é porque tudo nesse jogo tem
colisão.
É colisão. Bom, no caso, praticamente tudo, a maioria das coisas.
More than one time, so it's optimized essentially to make sure that you get them either with the easiest jumps or just the easiest path on the way back. Also, you might have seen him go through the wall there on that previous screen where the pig was. Yeah. That is the intended solution of that, and is a very difficult part of the game that can definitely snap.
Ah, não, aquilo ali foi intencional, a parede lá que eu falei que ele ficou.
Sim, here's the por causa da grande colisão.
So we had a little fun there. That was good.
Meu Deus.
That's literally it. That's all we got.
Yay for fun. We're all happy.
I'm glad I made those jumps. I died.
Ele fez essa mesma piada na Big Bad Atom quando ele correu o jogo.
Big Bad Atom foi maneiro.
No caso, eu peguei a run de lá pra referência.
Entendi.
Só que na run da Big Bad Atom ele deu game over.
Putz.
Aí no caso, tipo, foi quase 40 minutos pra terminar o jogo.
Skittle Brow, so he runs the US version of the game, and so he did a lot of this. He ran this way before I ever did. I just created the speedrun.
Aí tá falando que tem cara.
Also, yeah, shout out to that. Falling. Okay, yes. Spikes. This is important, actually.
Ele tá falando que teve esse cara que, quando criança, comprou o jogo.
Fat Spikes is not instant death as you saw.
Guiado pela arte da capa.
Aí esse cara criou parte.
Mas enfim, esses espinhos grossos, ao contrário daqueles fininhos que ele morreu no começo do jogo, eles não te matam.
So don't worry. So if you see a lot of flashing on the screen, I'm actually taking damage, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Also in the American version, that little
Isso meio que é usado como stretch pro.
So that's really cool.
Oh, nice.
So the thing about so this is like you guys have kind of figured out. This is kind of like a wide open map. It's not like levels or anything. You're just basically exploring a map. I can't believe I missed that.
É mapa bem grande, aberto, né?
So we're basically exploring an open map with like. That was a stupid way to die. So yeah, we're exploding an open map. So
Morreu sem querer ali.
Checkpointing works is that basically every single screen is a save state. It's a very ZX Spectrum-y way of saving state. So basically, if you die, as you saw there, you basically enter the stage exactly how you did on the previous turn when you died. The interesting side effect of that is
tecnicamente falando,
death loop sort of thing,
é que tipo, quando você termina um estágio, você volta meio que
cada sala desse jogo funciona meio como um checkpoint, exceto as sessões de carrinho. Que, no caso, as sessões de carrinho para salvar, você tem que terminar ela.
Bom, agora vai ter outro carrinho.
Yeah, I heard you guys like minecarts, so there's 2 more after this one.
Oh no! Yeah, the way this game is handled,
Nossa, ainda tem mais 2 depois dessa.
Whatever you want to call it, of Dragon's Lair is really interesting. Like the whole game concept is based around essentially getting these collectibles and intense platforming. The only real threats to dying, as Sharif said, is to falling in pits or those thin spikes. There are no enemies attacking you, or the amount of damage you can take per screen is really high. As you saw, he'd hit the spikes several times. So it's just kind of a strange addition to the Game Boy library.
Nossa, morreu de novo sem querer.
The Dragon's Lair license is so confusing. Yeah, I'm very. It's just I've never seen a game built around this kind of gameplay before, which makes it kind of fascinating.
So I've died twice on this
o cara tava falando ali que é interessante ver o esquema de jogo, a ideia do jogo, mas o problema é que usar o Dragon's Lair não é uma boa ideia, porque tipo, Dragon's Lair tem nada a ver com esse tipo de jogo.
Eu acho que o Dragon's Lair ele é meio esquisito porque os jogos originais eram FMV, cara, os 2 primeiros.
Sim.
That's what Roland's talking about.
Okay, we have a really tight jump coming up here.
Bom, agora eles vão ter que voltar. Eles vão fazer um.
Porque ele vai pegar o.
It's also a required intentional death as well.
Nice. Second try is good. Second try is really good.
So we'll have 2 lives coming out of here, which is a little bit dicey, but we can do it. So I believe in myself, I think.
I believe in you too.
Bom, eles têm 3 vidas, né? Aí é bem problemático agora, mas ele acha que vai conseguir. Morreu uma, que é obrigatória.
So this is the laggiest screen in the game. I call it that because it's the screen with the most lag in the game.
Nice. I can see why
Ele tá falando,
it has a lot of lag, but it's only
ele agora tá nessa sala que é a sala com mais lag do jogo.
So that was the laggiest screen in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Tipo, bizarro, mais bizarro que pareça, aquela tela só lagava quando o Derp andava.
Hey,
familiar with it. You know that.
Yeah,
it's true.
Welcome to the cemetery.
It's probably 90% of the game Boy.
Agora estão no cemitério.
So yeah, so when I was showing John this
also
game,
not enemies. Yeah.
He's like that has to be enemies, right? I'm like, no, those are also platforms. Literally, it's all platforms every time.
Dirk just sees something and he's like a parkour expert.
Spooky.
Like, that's a platform. I don't care if it's a living being. I'm just jumping off it.
All right, so this is a really scary room. If I fall in this this river here, I go back to the first stage of the game and I lose.
Tá, agora tá numa sala bem perigosa.
Porque se você cair aí, você volta lá pro começo do jogo.
Por quê?
Não é nem questão de morrer. Não, porque a área tá interligada.
Okay. I'm going around once.
Tá, agora tem que tomar bem cuidado, né?
Going around again.
Boa pergunta, qual que seria o recorde?
This is a very, very generous estimate.
Pior que eu vi quando eu tava fazendo as notas, só que eu acabei esquecendo porque
the trees are blinking at you, and once you notice that, you can't not notice it. So that's fun. So you guys get to enjoy that now.
That's so creepy.
And sometimes you fall through that platform.
Se ele não errar, a run deve acabar em
where you actually land on the platform.
Em uns 5 ou 6 minutos no máximo.
I jump again, and I don't know what to do with it, so we're just going to go around again.
Ui.
I've made that jump like 5 times ever, and I have like 900.
O pessoal tá perguntando aqui da
because I don't like myself. So more fat spikes, so we just get to walk across it without any repercussions here. All right.
De novo, né? Como ele tá usando nos espinhos gordos, não tem problema.
So turn back. So this is like the scariest room in the game because
we can get some serious time for this jump and explain it, but the jumps between
essa parte é meio tensa porque essas plataformas elas
Meu Deus. Meu Deus.
Sweet.
Aí, esse pulo aí é difícil.
Meu Deus.
First try.
First
Esse
try.
pulo é difícil. Passe além desse ponto e você vai morrer.
Ele já falou que tem duas categorias, né? Que é a Beat the Game europeia, né? E a Beat the Game americana. Ele tem algumas funções que tem a coisa diferente de morte. Né?
Hey, Drex!
My dude. Man, Drex, who says, thanks for playing this video game in very big air quotes, I might point out.
I made him play it on his stream.
Sharif, and showing us why Awful Block is best block.
Coitado do Drax. Esse cara que lê a doação, ele tipo, ele conhece o Runner e o Runner fez ele jogar esse jogo em Steam.
This is also a platform, in case you were curious.
That's the cutest platform. This
It
is
is
the
definitely.
one.
It is definitely the goodest platform.
Lembrando aí, né, que recomendo, mesmo quem não estiver gostando dessa bagaça, recomendo ficar porque o próximo... Ah, não, recomendo ficar porque o próximo é Swords of Sodan, não é os caras chatos ficar.
Swords of Sodan. Ai, Jesus. Como eu odeio esse game, cara. Como eu queria, sei lá, cara. Como eu queria ter... Como posso dizer? Como eu queria ter... perdido a hora por essa run. Porque é um jogo muito bom.
On these tracks, they act like fat spikes, so we can do that to avoid one whole loop here. So that saves like 15 seconds, which is pretty nice.
That's pretty cool routing.
Yeah, that was a skill.
Ah, e tá falando que essas cordas, entre aspas, essas cordas elas gastam... Elas funcionam como se fossem spikes gordos, né?
Aquela água das telas seguintes é a mesma coisa. Esse pulo ele é meio difícil porque...
Bom, e morreu. Bom, e agora tem que tomar cuidado porque só tem uma vida.
Aí uma coisa, essa quantidade de dano que você pode tomar de spike gordo e... de spike gordo, daquele negócio lá, ele reseta a cada sala.
That's some good game design.
It's really good. And remember how I said everything has...
Nossa, essa eu não sabia que aquela...
Take a little jaunt on the clouds here.
Ô, louco, até as nuvens têm colisão, Jesus.
Programação.
Nossa, que piada horrorosa. Eles estavam falando que... Eles falam que realmente eles estavam em Cloud9.
Agora é a parte final do jogo.
This is actually really cool, like the setting and everything.
The mountains, they're just awesome. Like the artistic director, I think, did a great job here.
I think we're gonna take the scenic route. I do not know if I have an extra life here, and it's fine. We're underestimate here, so we're gonna take. So I missed that.
A leisurely stroll.
It's gonna be a leisurely stroll. We're gonna take it all the way back and then all the way back. So it's gonna be fun.
Eles vão ter que voltar porque ele perdeu dos bagulho aqui.
To the right there, you end up at the cells, which is like halfway through the game. So I didn't count the number of, but it's very far back.
It's really nice of them to put that in there right at the end of the game.
Nossa.
It's considerate, is what I would say.
Yeah, censored gameplay. It adds value.
Yeah, for sure.
It is. It's about quality time with the game, basically. I think so. I missed one, and I just don't know if I have an extra life. And normally I just take a death. And just try again. It's way faster than what's happening here. But I legitimately don't know if I have an extra life or not. So we're just gonna do it, and hopefully I make this jump this time.
Come on, birdie.
You got this.
Tomara que ele consiga fazer esse pulo dessa vez. Ele não sabe se tem uma vida extra, por isso que ele tá voltando. Senão ele teria se matado aí.
Oh, good.
Well, that's good.
Ah, ele tinha.
Só que ele, além de ele perder essa vida extra, ele também não conseguiu pegar a moeda. God damn it.
Agora vai ser... Ah, pegou. Agora ele terminou o jogo praticamente.
Not over just yet, but once I land, time is coming up real soon here. Ooh, that's a very...
Bom, ele já tá terminando aí, né?
And time.
Wow. The clutch.
Tempo!
Clutch finish by Restream.
E foi-se.
So this is the entire ending screen you get. It's terrible. This is trying to retcon, like, this is basically supposed to be a prequel to the original Dragon's Lair, but it's just garbage. And also there's a really cool high score screen here, and this is the only reference to Dragon's Lair you see. You have Dirk there. He got 19 stones. And you see misspelled Daphne. Daphne doesn't have an I, and she got 23, so that was really good too. And poor Mark only got to 193 and died, which is almost what happened to me.
Wow. That could have been you. You could have been Mark.
It literally almost was me, because I did not know if I had a life or not.
Ele quase se tornou Mark ali, quase que não pegou, só faltou uma moeda.
So are we good to like?
High mark to
Oh,
me.
high
Do
mark.
we want to show off the infinite death loop or
Piadinha The Room.
Yeah, go for it.
I have like it's like 2 minutes to show off an infinite death loop. Okay, so this is the one that Skittlebrow.
Bom, ele vai mostrar agora um Death Loop que ele
and it's
jogou.
definitely the best one. But this is what happens when your game. I'm gonna skip a bunch of this stuff now because we don't care. So we're gonna just go.
Essentially, due to the fact that each screen starts as kind of its own safe state, you are able to make a jump into a new room and it be a jump into a death. You will continually spawn doing said jump into said spikes over and over until you lose all your lives.
Tipo, como é que como é que isso funciona? Literalmente essa room que ele tá indo, tem como você, levando em consideração que cada sala é um checkpoint, ele literalmente ele vai, como é que fala?
Ele vai spawnar num ponto onde ele vai ficar morrendo e morrendo e morrendo. Por causa do pulo.
But I'm not going to be doing any jumping, so we can just hang out here, guys. So, how do you guys like the room?
Love the run.
It's pretty good.
All right, I'm glad I got to show it off.
It's kind of cliche. It's like every GDQ they're put in Dragon's Lair the Legend European version of the Game Boy. And
Absolutely.
Just like,
I know, it's like it gets played out after a while, I guess, yeah.
when will the GDQ committee stop putting this run in is what I want to know.
And also, Skittlebrow, no, I'm not running the American version. That version's evil.
Yeah.
Evil. Yeah, so it's right here. Well, not quite. There's one more room there, but you gotta do
Bom,
this
ele vai
right.
chegar agora.